The calendar of life read differently then. We must transport ourselves, not just across time, but across evolutionary scale, to the Neogene period. A deep epoch defined by colossal forces, immense geological shifts, and relentless biological ambition. This was the reign of giants, a time when success was measured in tons, and the planet was still inventing its deadliest creatures. Vast, steaming wetlands and towering, almost unimaginable forests dominated the landscape. The atmosphere itself, richer in certain compounds, fueled a hyper-lush botanical environment. The sheer abundance of primary producers, the plants, allowed herbivores to attain staggering, often terrifying sizes. And where such immense grazers thrived, the threats waiting for them were equally colossal. Among all the megafauna that navigated this primordial expanse, one creature commanded a deep, primal, and paralyzing fear. A fear rooted not in speed, but in its silent, unstoppable aquatic power, the Titan Hippo. Our modern hippo, Hippopotamus amphibius, is a formidable beast, capable of great aggression and weighing up to 1,800 kilograms. But the Titan Hippo, scientifically referenced as a paleospecies potentially related to Hippopotamus gorgops or another extinct giant, existed on a fundamentally different biological plane. Paleontologists, meticulously analyzing recovered crania and heavy limb bones, estimate its average mass easily reached 4,500 kilograms, and likely exceeded 5,000 kilograms, over 11,000 pounds, for the largest males. This incredible bulk, the weight of 2 adult male rhinoceroses, established it as the true aquatic monarch of its time. Its physiology was an engineering marvel of natural selection, optimized for overwhelming power and defense. Its hide was not skin, but a thick, fibrous dermal shield, inches deep, protecting it from all but the most desperate attacks. But its true lethal advantage lay in its oral apparatus. Unlike simpler grazers, the Titan Hippo possessed tusks, massive, curved, ivory incisors that could exceed half a meter in length. Its jaw structure, when subjected to finite element analysis, FEA, based on fossilized samples, suggests a theoretical maximum bite force well in excess of 18,000 newtons. This was not a jaw designed for vegetation. It was a hydraulic crushing mechanism, capable of snapping the heavy limb bones of its prey with brutal, decisive efficiency. It was not merely a large animal. It was the ecological anchor of its biome. Its existence defined the boundaries of safety and danger around every significant water source. Its perpetual aggressive presence acted as a stabilizing force of terror, keeping other competing megafauna and predators, such as massive crocodilians or ancient felines, at bay, or at least highly cautious. The stage of the ambush. On this particular morning, the perpetual humidity hangs heavy. The air is thick with the scent of water, decay, and the rich, organic matter of the swamp. The light, filtered through the towering canopy, strikes the water, creating shifting patterns of gold and shadow. The atmosphere is dense, primal, and humming with unseen life. A small herd of Proterorinus, fast-moving, ancient ungulates, approaches the river margin. They are driven by an unavoidable biological imperative: thirst. After hours traversing the drier plains, their need for hydration is acute, overriding the deep-seated fear etched into their genetic memory. The herd leader, a seasoned female, exhibits signs of profound behavioral stress. Her ears continuously swivel, her nostrils flare, testing the air and water for any disruption. The lake's surface is unnaturally placid. There is no sound of feeding fish, no typical flurry of smaller life near the edge. This stillness, this acoustic vacuum, is the most terrifying signal of a massive, submerged presence. The herd hesitates at the boundary, the soft, viscous mud flats that transition from land to water. Their reflections shimmer on the surface, a deceptive image of vulnerability before the inevitable, life-threatening gamble. The descent into danger. Survival, however, demands calculated, desperate risk. The leader commits. One tentative step sinks into the soft, yielding mud. A second step, deeper. The rest of the herd follows, instinctively scattering slightly, a basic defense mechanism against localized attack. Necks lowered, they drink with desperate speed, knowing their time of exposure is brief and critical. Beneath them, hidden within the stratified thermal layers of the murky water, the Titan Hippo is perfectly concealed. It is a master of aquatic crypticism. Its sheer bulk is held motionless, conserving every ounce of energy for the impending strike. It detects the movements and the pressure waves of the approaching animals not just visually, but through the water itself, a form of seismic and hydrodynamic detection. It waits for the precise, optimal moment. When the prey's focus is on the water, when their center of gravity is low, crippling their ability to execute an immediate escape. This moment of perfect stillness is the narrative peak, the silence preceding the biological storm. It is a tense negotiation between life and death, where the ancient predator holds all the cards. The moment of obliteration, the moment of commitment arrives. With zero audible warning, the immense calm of the aquatic surface is violently, catastrophically shattered. The Titan Hippo executes its lethal, vertical launch. The kinetic energy expended is massive, the payoff instantaneous. The eruption is not a splash. It is the instantaneous creation of a vast hydraulic dome, a wall of water violently expelled skyward. It is a primal, sudden explosion that momentarily blinds the surrounding environment. The behemoth's enormous head and crushing jaws breach the surface. The resulting sound is a deafening combination of a hydraulic blast and a terrifying, deep, guttural bellow. The target, a young, naive ungulate positioned closest to the deep water, is caught instantly. The weight of the beast, combined with the momentum of the launch, ensures a swift and terminal capture. The massive tusks clamp down, fulfilling their evolutionary design, overwhelming, crushing, and silencing. The aftermath. A return to silence. The scene instantly dissolves into pure, unbridled panic. The surviving herd members are seized by an acute, overwhelming sympathetic flight response. Kicking up dense clouds of dust, mud, and vegetation, they scramble in a disorganized frenzy. Conscious thought gives way entirely to pure instinct. They scatter in random, desperate vectors, prioritizing immediate, maximal distance from the kill zone. The Titan Hippo takes no further interest in the fleeing animals. Its immediate mission is accomplished. It drags its heavy, struggling prey back down into the dark, secure depths of the water. The violence is brief, and quickly consumed by the murky silence. Just as quickly as the cataclysm began, the water's surface tension reasserts itself. The waves flatten. The mist settles. The water becomes a mirror once more, reflecting only the hazy, indifferent sky. But the meaning of the water has been irrevocably altered. It is no longer just a source of life. It is a freshly established grave. The lesson is learned, etched deep into the nervous system of every surviving creature. The cost of hesitation is absolute, and the lake is the tax collector. The evolutionary verdict and the legacy of scale. The Titan Hippo's reign was glorious, but ultimately, it was bound by the geological clock. As the epochs advanced, the Pliocene and early Pleistocene transitions brought rapid, unpredictable climate variability. Global temperatures fluctuated, continental shelves shifted, and river systems drastically changed course. This escalating environmental stress proved too much for the megafauna adapted to constant abundance. The colossal size of H. titanus, once its greatest asset, became its principal liability. A 5-ton animal requires vast, continuous caloric intake. As water sources became localized, shallower, and grazing lands fragmented, the giant species could no longer sustain its immense energy demands. The law of diminishing returns took its toll. Evolutionary pressure shifted. It favored smaller body plans, species that were more resource-efficient and adaptable to marginal environments. The less demanding ancestors of the modern hippo survived and thrived, demonstrating that survival is not guaranteed by maximal scale, but by minimal resource dependency. The Titan Hippo gradually retreated into the fossil record, becoming an eloquent testament to the law of adaptation. The echo of the giant. Today, the fossil remains of the Titan Hippo, its heavy, dense limb bones and disproportionately large crania, are unearthed, providing scientists with critical data points to reconstruct this vanished biome. They are not mere bones. They are silent archives of an era when the planet's life was dictated by extremes. Its legacy, however, is not entirely buried. The modern hippopotamus still possesses the volatile, hyper-aggressive territoriality, the unpredictable temper, and the devastating bite that is a clear genetic echo of its mighty ancestor. It remains, statistically, one of the most dangerous mammals on Earth, a living, breathing reminder that the ancient ferocity of the Titan Hippo dynasty still courses through its veins. The quiet of our present-day landscapes conceals the thunder of those long-vanished titans. We look back, not just to marvel at the scale of their existence, but to understand the profound, relentless, and often brutal biological algorithms that have shaped and reshaped life across the immense stretch of deep time. The monsters are gone, but the fundamental primal battlefield of nature remains.